Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me today on another video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the automotive news, roundup, and rumors from this week. So let's start off with some news from Ford. So Ford's highest selling vehicle, the F-150, and their most popular SUV, the Ford Explorer, was just recalled for an issue with the power adjustable seat. Ford claims that a faulty bolt may cause the seats to shift in case of an accident, and only the 2016 models of these vehicles are affected. This is just hot on the heels of another massive recall that was just issued on the Ford F-150 and Super Duty trucks. The 2015 through 2017 F-150 and Super Duty trucks have faulty door hinges that cause them to get stuck while either closed or open, which means that you can either not close the door or you can't open them. It also causes issue where the door may probably not be secured before you're leaving, and that faulty latch may cause the door to fly open while you're driving. Now, this is obviously a major issue, and Ford has issued a fix for it, and they've recalled nearly 1.34 million trucks from 2015 through 17 to go through this recall. So we have some more news from Ford. Ford is focusing heavily on the Chinese market, following the footsteps of GM's success. However, Ford is taking a little bit more of a unique approach, and they have teamed up with Alibaba, the largest Chinese B2B and B2C online retailer. Alibaba also has a lot of other different ventures, and they're basically one of the leading technology companies in China. Alibaba will be providing Ford with the services such as cloud computing and other stuff, and Ford will be looking into selling their cars via the platform, the online retail platform that Alibaba has called Tmall. Ford is trying to explore new methods of sale in China because they currently have other sluggish sales. So they are trying to plan some new vehicles, smaller vehicles, especially with EVs, and they're trying to push sales through new ways to hopefully gain a larger market share. Moving on, Ford is suing John Cena, the wrestler, over the sale of his Ford GT. The Ford GT, for those of you who don't know, is an exclusive car that just came out this year. It's been teased for a very long time, and the selection process basically made you apply for a car. You couldn't just walk in and pay money for it. You needed to apply for the car, attach a video, and there was a pretty big process of trying to get the car. And since the car is very limited in number, not everybody could get a Ford GT, so they were selected very carefully by Ford. However, when they selected the customers, just to give an extra layer of security, Ford had them sign a document that said that they would not sell their Ford GT for at least 2 years after purchasing it. Now, this kind of contract was put in place to ensure that the car wasn't flipped on the secondary market for ridiculous amounts of money and was stored in garage. According to Ford, they didn't want the car to sit in garages and just accumulate dust. They wanted it to be driven, and that's why they made a selection process where you can sell it for 2 years, so it basically would force owners to drive them and enjoy them instead of having them sit there and collect dust in some garage. Now, John Cena has broken that clause by selling his Ford GT in under a month after his purchase, and Ford has had to make the tough call of putting a large celebrity such as John Cena, who is also a spokesperson and a brand ambassador for them, on blast by suing him. However, I think that they were left with no other choice in order to set an example. If they would not have enforced the contract, they were fairly certain that it would send the wrong message to the consumers, and it would cause a lot more people to flip their cars. Ford is seeking $75,000 in damage, which is an interesting amount because I really don't know what $75,000 will accomplish. A man like John Cena probably doesn't really care that much about $75,000, but I think it's moreover just to ensure that people don't think it's easy to flip the car, and Ford will definitely come after you if you do flip the car. So I'll keep you guys updated on the story as more comes, and if there's any more news from John Cena or Ford about the situation, I'll definitely let you guys know. So moving on from the Ford news, we have some news over from Germany. So BMW is planning on further expanding their M lineup of vehicles. They currently have 9 different M vehicles, with other cars also having the M packages as well, such as the M550i and other vehicles such as that. Now, BMW plans on adding a total of 26 vehicles. So they want a total of 26 cars in the M lineup. So in the upcoming years, in total, they want 26 cars from this M lineup. I'm not sure how exactly they're going to go about this. Are they just going to create special editions of M cars? Or are they going to build dedicated M models? Or are they just going to convert every car they have into an M? However they go about this, it'll be very interesting to see, and they are very determined to tap into the success, following in steps of Mercedes, who's done this with basically every single model they have with their performance wing AMG. Some more news from Germany. Porsche CEO Oliver Blume has finally confirmed that the 911 will be made with a hybrid powertrain and that it is currently under development. The exact timeline of this, when this will happen, is still unconfirmed, and he claims that it should be some point around the next generation, maybe at the halfway point through the next generation's life cycle. So that'll be interesting to see when that happens. Maybe we'll be seeing it sometime after the Porsche Mission E comes out, or somewhere around there, because I'm sure that they're working very hard on the hybrid technology right now and electric technology, so it'll be interesting to see how Porsche implements this in their 911. Moving on within the VW group, we have some news from Bugatti. So the Bugatti Chiron is being recalled for an issue with the seat reclining mechanism. The issue doesn't seem to affect the safety or performance of the vehicle, and Bugatti doesn't seem to be too worried about it. In fact, Bugatti will be flying out special mechanics to each and every owner, and they will attend to the car personally. They will transport the car on a truck to the nearest dealership, deal with it there, and return it back to the owner. So it really doesn't seem like that big of an issue, and there aren't too many Bugatti Chirons out there, so it's not a big deal for Bugatti to quickly make this right, and the owners really don't have much to worry about. And moving on, we have some big news from the VW group. Lamborghini has finally revealed their new SUV called the Urus. The Urus, or Urus, however you want to pronounce it, the Urus has been teased repeatedly over the years and has been reportedly in development for over 5 years now. The Urus is a sports SUV with a twin turbocharged V8 engine and claims to be the fastest SUV in the world. The fastest SUV in the sense with top speed. The SUV has a claimed 0 to 62 mile per hour time of 3.6 seconds, which is very quick, and a claimed top speed of 190 miles per hour, making it the world's fastest production SUV if it does hit those numbers. The Urus is based on the same platform as the Audi Q7, Bentley Bentayga, Porsche Cayenne, and the Volkswagen Touareg. The Urus sports very aggressive styling and is most likely to be a very popular model for the brand. The Urus is going to start at somewhere about $200,000 US, and I'm fairly certain that with any options and any decent spec, be very certain that you'll be seeing a $250,000 sticker, window sticker on these Uruses when they hit the US land. So the final piece of news for today is going to be, it's actually a little bit surprising because nobody was really expecting it, from McLaren. McLaren has finally revealed their P15. The P15 was heavily teased by McLaren for a pretty long time now, and everybody was unclear on what the P15 was going to be. Was it going to be a track car? Was it going to be a replacement for the P1? Or was it going to be a completely standalone model? Nobody was very sure, but McLaren has put to rest all doubts, and we have an answer finally. The P15 is slated to be a standalone car and not a successor to any current model in their lineup, and it's been given the name Senna. It is a fully track-focused car that is aggressively styled, with aerodynamics being the main focus of the car. The car is mainly aero-focused and doesn't really focus on being pretty or attractive. They want it to perform crazy well on the track, and they've designed it with that in mind. The looks are definitely something that will have to grow on you, very much like the 720S. The 720S is still growing on me. I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm getting to, basically I'm getting used to it now. I'm starting to understand what the car is about. And it does have a very similar look to the 720S when you look at it from the front, because of their similarly designed headlights with the gap in the middle. And the Senna has 789 horsepower with 590 pound-foot of torque and weighs just 2,641 pounds. And McLaren being McLaren, these numbers are probably a very understated number. The real numbers are probably way higher, but McLaren has a knack for kind of underestimating their own values, kind of being conservative, and this is very interesting. The prices, though, are very inflated. The pricing for the P15, the Senna, starts at a whopping $1 million, and that is going to be because it is very limited in production, with only 500 cars being planned. And MSO options will add more money. MSO is McLaren Special Operations. They'll add extra wings, louvers, whatever you want on the car for a certain fee. And that is going to be interesting to see how much the potential owners are going to be spending on their car. I'm sure nobody's going to spend just $1 million. I'm fairly certain we might see that number go way above, and it'll be interesting to see how people start speccing out their P15. The most interesting part, however, is that the car will be road legal. However, it is a track-focused car, so don't expect it to be rolling out in the street too much. These cars are meant to be driven on the track, and they're meant to be driven really hard. So more information will be coming soon on this, as this was revealed at an early reveal party. The official reveal is yet to be done, so I'll be updating you guys with more information as I get it. But overall, this car is looking to be a very serious track car, and I honestly want to know what it did around the Nürburgring and whether or not the GT2 RS can keep up with this car, because McLaren has been killing it both on technology and just overall speed and performance. That's a wrap for this video, guys. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video. A lot more coming like this in the future. Be sure to check me out on social media as well, as I update all the behind the scenes stuff as well as random day-to-day things that happen on social media. All the links are down in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.